All right, it's me. I'm back again. Just want to draw your attention to the new album by Hayley Williams called Ego. Now, Hayley, for those that don't know, is the singer of Paramore, and she's had a very successful, bountiful career doing that. And then the pandemic happened, and Hayley decided to do two solo albums while she was stuck at home. And now, a few years later, we've got another. I guess it's a sort of creative holiday from Paramore. Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins has this view that he can't curate your favourite version of the album anymore, so he just releases everything that he recorded for it. It kind of feels like maybe that's what Hayley did here, especially the way that she spewed it all online in a matter of hours. Though that said, the other two albums did have like 15 tracks as well, but you get the idea. What have we got on the menu today? What I want a child. We've got 17 tracks for you, running at a hefty 55 minutes. Let's get on with it, shall we? Let's keep it going. Starting with track one, Kill Me. This song sounds like a Lily Allen song to me, for better or for worse. The sort of song that you'd hear on the radio every single day during the millennium. There is a lot on Hayley's mind on this album, and you can't get more upfront than Kill Me as your first track. I guess it could have been a bit more theatrical or camp, or Woe Is Me, but it's kind of somber. Track 2 is True Believer. This is a good track and one that people are talking about online. Something about it makes me think of Evanescence. Maybe it's the key and the bleakness of the lyrics, but out of all of the lyrics, this was the one to make me sad. The club with all the hardcore shows, now just a grayscale dominoes. Nothing stings more than the death of a music venue that was once full of life and colour. I know that pain. Heck, you could have called this song Kill Me. Track 3 is Blood Bros. It's got a sort of Nick Drake picking guitar disguised with an organ and a subconscious sounding Richard Marx or Take That lyrical melody. It's quite the cocktail. I like the visual lyrics on this album though. Till we're just two fishes flipping on dry land. It's a sweet little track. Track 4 is Negative Self-Talk. The melody on this one kind of reminded me of George Michael in the way that he would bend and sway when he would sing, and or maybe it's just kind of rare to hear Hayley sing in this sort of lower register. I like that the main lyric is sort of a backing vocal as if it's like thoughts in her head, and I love the bridge where it's pretty picking, like some sunlight breaking through the clouds, unlike right now. I wrote down, the outro made me think Hayley could do a good moody Bond song. Track 5 is Ego Death, a Bachelorette Party. It's a very simple, honest song lyrically. Really like the drums on it. Not many notes really when it's this clear. A good song that sums up this album and the fog of Hayley's mind and the things that she's wrestling with. Track 6 is Metazapine. I thought and hoped that the whole album was going to be like this when this leaked, but sadly it is the only hazy, grungy 90s song with nice distorted guitars, sadly. I guess she only wants to get so close to a Paramore song as possible on her solo stuff, but it would have been nice if the album had had another just for variety. Made me wonder if Hayley loved the Wishy album from last year as much as I did. Track 7 is Ice in My OJ. Love a bit of OJ, love a bit of ice at this time of year. Anywho, Hayley gets a bit sassy on this one. It's like a Muse track, if you like Muse. Someone's got to. Not my favourite on the album. Track 8 is Brotherly Hate. It's got adamant backing vocals kind of vibes and punchy bass. Again, I keep imagining Lily Allen doing a guest vocal on a remix. Even though this is clearly Hayley sticking a knife into a deep old scar and hoping this time it will heal better. One can only hope. Track 9 is Zissou. Really like the bass line on this one. Not enough bands these days are doing a song with just the bass as the lead instrument. I never watched The Life Aquatic by Wes Anderson, but I guess this is my nudge to finally dive in. Now I think about it, Hayley does dress quite like a Wes Anderson character these days. Hayley's voice sounds so smooth in this key. It's like a drop of warm olive oil in the ears. Track 10 is Dream Girl in Shibuya. It's a cute sort of romance song, again with vivid visual lyrics of a sort of lost in translation Tokyo story with some mind reading of how the other person feels about you. It's like a sort of air song, but with some auto-tuned vocals in the back, giving it that kawaii effect. It grows on me the more I listen to it. In fact, the whole album has, but I could hear like a Charlie XCX on the remix. Track 11 is Discovery Channel. This is the second time this month that a singer has used the word Nash, and I'm sure Hayley is glad that Thrice was the first. I'm a sucker for palm muting, and look, that bloody chorus makes my millennium past self shudder. Even though here it's played as a sort of sweet, nostalgic, generational memory for them. The verses are kind of emo, and I like the bridge. That's about it. Track 12 is Love Me Different. It's very Gwen Stefani, but also kind of Cyndi Lauper 80s maybe. It almost went completely full-on Rude by Magic. Lyrics that it is possible to have more than one love of your life. Something everyone can relate to, even when we struggle to believe it. Track 13 is Hard. This reminded me of the Cardigans' Erase Rewind. Love the chorus. That gave me some Tegan and Sarah vibes. The lyrics and the verses made me think like you could have called this album The Suicide of the Disney Princess who was told she couldn't love the prince anymore. That auto-tuned vocals back in the background, and I do really like it though. Track 14 is Whim. Another weak one for me. I can't work out if it's meant to be like a honky-tonk line dance or a do-si-do barn fiddle. Made me think of when Haim would do songs like this. Maybe it could have benefited from being a bit more Americaned up or countrified, rather than being so poppy. Track 15 is Glum, and I was far from glum listening to it. Love it. Love the chorus. Again, some Tegan and Sarah vibes, even with those like classic sort of Sarah backing vocals in the verse. Adding auto-tune to a lyric about being 37 made me smirk. One of my faves. Track 16 is Disappearing Man. Again, I'd like to hear Wishy on a remix of this, as I love this bouncy, strummy, jangly, happy-sounding track. You almost forget the moody album that preceded it. And last but not least, we've got track 17, I Won't Quit On You. It's a nice, intimate acoustic track with the lyric, "Come hell or heaven, I won't quit on you." It's as if she's strumming and singing along, sat on top of the rubble after all the destruction that's happened. Finishing the album and this video wrapped in a bow. It's like an hour-long film. As of the time of me recording this, there's no confirmed artwork yet. She released like artwork for every single song, and I chose this one because it reflected the album the best, I thought. But I love it. Black and white photo with some like yellow chalk all over it. It's cool. So yeah, that's my album of the week. And it's probably yours as well. It's been quite a quiet release Friday. And because it's 17 tracks and because I did my end of the month video yesterday, I thought I'd breeze through it a little bit. But definitely check it out. It's really good. And yeah, see you next week for whatever. Unless we get some singles. Please give me some singles next week. But until then, peace.